People, long time no see. We got 1, 2, 3 cameras. We back at the podcast, man. So why not? Let's rock.
She sent me a text, won't answer her call. She love when I flex and shopping I'm off, relieving her stress. I beat on her walls, she skied on her chest. She kissing my balls, we speedy in the bed.
Chill. Before we get too turned in this joint. Yo, what's good, man? It's your host, Low Key Live. And I'm back with another one, man. Welcome back to another episode of WTD Podcast. Long time no see, man. I got a lot to catch y'all up on. I got a lot to talk about. So with that being said, man, today's podcast is going to be all about me. So if you don't really want to hear about me, if you're not really interested in what I got going on, exit stage left. Appreciate you. But no, with that being said, man, so I've been gone for a little minute, but where I've been gone at, I'm going to tell y'all what I've been doing. So I graduated in 2023 from West Virginia Wesleyan College. With my bachelor's in exercise science. Shout out, you feel me? Shout out to all the graduates. Shout out WTD and everything like that. I finished playing football and everything like that, and it was time for me to take a step into a new journey. With that being said, transitioning out of school and everything like that was a little rough for real, cause like you used to having the schedule, you used to being on the core routine, like everything like that was like basically out the window at this point, because like once you graduate, you got to figure out how to get it on your own. Long story short, you really got to figure out how to get it on your own. And I had some some trials and some struggles as far as that, because the field that I graduated in, I didn't really want to pursue that field anymore. So it was a little ups and downs, trying jobs here, trying jobs there, until I really figured out like what I wanted to do. I figured out that I did want to do work in marketing and everything like that, try to get into the marketing field, but I didn't have a marketing degree. So I thought it was going to be a lot harder than what it was. But, you know, with a lot of searching and having a lot of faith, I was able to secure a spot. Now I currently work in marketing at a university, digital advertising and everything like that. It's going smooth. It's going great. So you feel me? I'm glad, you know, I'm able to be in the field that I want to work in, and I'm doing good, and it's cool. It's actually cool to work in. So that's one of the big things that happened. The next big thing that happened is I bought a house. That's crazy. Yeah, I bought my first house at 23. I bought a new car the same year I bought my house. I crossed in the Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the greatest fraternity in the world. Feel me? Good '06, man. Good '06. But yeah, so those are just some of the key points that I hit on, man. It been crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all like basically how everything played out, and everything like that. So we're gonna go back a little bit. So like I said, when I graduated from college, I had some fun saved up. Had a little fun saved up. So with that being said, like once I was looking for a job and everything like that, I kept my funds in a safe place, where I wasn't really going to touch them, didn't really need to use them. Like it was really in the case of emergency, but thankfully, really no emergencies came up and everything like that. So once I first got my initial job offer letter, and my dad probably gonna say otherwise, but for me, we might be able to get him on here one day. But once I got my first official job offer from what I wanted to do, where I wanted to work at, and it was making a decent amount of money, yeah, my dad was like, yeah, like it's time for you to start venturing out on your own. Long story short, he told me like it's time for you to start venturing out on your own. So he helped me like look around for different places, check one spot out here, like some things a little too small on a busy street, stuff like that. Like searching for a house, is actually a little, I don't know, a little nerve wracking, because it's like, okay, do I want to live here? Can I see myself living here? How long do I want to be here? And everything like that. But usually, like your first house is not your forever home, unless you just, you know, got you a dream. You mean like a dream house? But so we did some searching for some weeks, and we had stumbled upon a spot. Like if you're from the Pittsburgh area, then you know like Homestead, Edgewood area, like you know that area for real. So we stumbled upon a spot like out here, and like we went to go see it. I'm like, okay, like this is decent. Like it was something I was looking for. It was, you know, big enough for me to have enough space so where I can move around, maneuver, and do everything that I needed to do. And it was still like, okay, it's not too big, and the price was right there. The price was definitely right too. So long story short, like when I go there and we talk and we look, I'm talking to my dad about it, and I don't know, I just felt like real uneasy about it, because like like it's my first like big purchase. Like this is like one of my first big purchases. Like I'm like, dang, like I don't even know if I'm really ready for real. But um, you just gotta sometimes you just gotta take a risk and you just gotta have faith in what you're doing. But with that being said, like we looked at it, we went back home, we talked about it, and it was just like, well, my dad was just like, if you don't want to get it, like I'll get it, and then you could live there, and then you could just pay me whatever the case may be, like work it out that way. So I'm sitting there thinking about that, and I'm like, I mean that sound good and all, but that don't make no sense to me because like if I'm paying you, I might as well just pay for it. Like I might as well just pay for it. But so like we go back and forth, and I'm talking to the real estate agent a couple days, and she like, well, like there's not many too many houses like this on the market, like so like if you don't get it now, it's probably not gonna be here like later. So I'm like, yeah, let me see it again. So I go back, I see it again, and I'm really like, okay, I'm starting to get a feel for it. But I'm like, yo, there's some things that gotta get done before I even like, put money in hand for the crib. And she's like, okay, like let's write something up, let's send it off, let's see if they accept it. So we put something together, wrote it up, everything like that. So it was cool. Bang, we good. So they ended up agreeing to the terms and conditions and everything. They got the work done. And long story short, like my birthday's in December, December 5th. So we like I'm like, man, like now they asking for their money. But like I said, like I had the money saved up. It was just spending the money. Like having it is cool, but when you gotta spend it, it hits a little bit different. Like it hit a little bit different. So like it was time to start spending the money, and like once you start getting into it, they want their money when they want their money on time, or it's not gonna be a thing. So long story short, I start exiting them funds real quick, and yeah, so that's how like I was able to secure my first property and everything like that. Looking back on it, I've been in my spot for like a year now. When I first got in here, there wasn't nothing in here, obviously, but like to see how much growth has happened in a year has like been amazing. Like the memories and stuff that you're able to create in your own crib and stuff like that is definitely cool. Shout out to my pops, man, for showing me the way, guiding me, you feel me, and helping me get my secure my first property. So that's big clutch, man, and I appreciate that. So yeah, that was one of the main things that had happened so far. The second thing that had happened was like I said, I bought a new car the same year in the same year that I bought my house. Well, kind of. Um, so what had happened was I was driving a '05 Acura TL. Feel me? White tinted windows, had the speakers in the back, booming, all that. It was cool. Like I'm like, I could drive this car forever. Like I'm driving this car till the wheels fall off. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm driving this John to the wheels fall off. And that's what I was really doing. Like I had the car through high school, I had it through college. It got in a little accident, got a little banged up, but it made made a return, made a recovery and everything like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep riding out. So like I said, now I had got my new job. I had just bought my house. So like the car was the next upgrade, but I wasn't really looking for a new car. Like I said, I'm trying to ride this till the wheels fall off. Like I had no car payment. Like everything was good. It was good money. But with cars, older cars, like things start to happen, they start to break down and stuff like that. And what it start turning out to be like, I was having my car in the shop, like it seemed like every other week, spending bread on it, making sure it get back right. But I'm like, the car still drive. Like that's my main thing. If it could get me from A to B, I don't need the flashiest. I don't need the best. I just need something that can get me from A to B. And it was cool. I knew it was reliable because I had it for so long, and I know how the car work. I know when you feel me, something's a little off. I know when it's time to hit the shop. I know when the oil changes. Everything like that was my dog, my road dog, aka call him Lil Bro. Accurate TL 2005, man, all white with the tinted windows. Facts. Um, but yeah, so basically, long story short, man, the transmission has started leaking, and if you know, like that's a sign like your car is on this last leg for real. So the transmission had started leaking, and I had went to work one day. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I had went to work one day. I'm driving it, and the car going, but like it's like it feel me like it's jerking, like back and forth jerking. I'm like, yo, like what's up with my ride? So I'm thinking like I don't got the car all the way in the right gear. Nah, so I'm on the gas, and then I'm hitting the gas, and then it's like, then it's jerking. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I pulled into work, parked it, whatever, everything cool. So I'm like, hey, I made it to work. I just need to make it back home. On the way back home, I could barely even get out the parking garage. That joint's like it's jerking back and forth all crazy. So I'm like, okay, like maybe it's time to get my transmission fluid changed. Like it's so old. I call my dad. He like, man, you don't need no transmission fluid change. Like your car's just on the last leg. So now it really like put me in like a mindset. Like I'm not trying to spend no more cheese. It was really coming down to spend the possible bread to get the car fixed and it possibly get fixed, or get a new ride that you know that's gonna work. So I'm like, all right, let's at least go look for some rides. Let's go look for some rides. So we started looking for some rides. We started off at like Honda. They was, trying to sell you the biggest and best 2024, this, that, and the third. I'm looking around. I'm like, that's not really my speed. I'm looking for something like a little bit bigger, this, that, and the third. So we do go on a 2-day car hunt search for probably like 3 days, like a weekend type thing. And then um went out there, searched, seen some stuff, got some numbers. Was like, okay, maybe we could do this. Then had went out to like the Acura dealership. Now we in my, you feel me? We in my lane. This is what I do. I like the acts. We could do that. So we out there. They didn't really have nothing that was like in my price range, I guess you could say, like, or like the miles wise, it was too high and stuff like that. So like it was just like, man, I didn't really wasn't too familiar with any other cars, like, cause I had really stayed within like the Acura TL, like the Acura models for real. And then we had stumbled upon like this Nissan. I'm like, oh, okay, Nissan's decent, got a decent amount of miles on it. You feel me? We test drove it a little bit. First thing I want to do, I'm turning the music up. I'm trying to make sure the music work, because my other car, the music was a hit like that. So I'm turning it up. They talk about Bose speakers. I'm like, okay, we good. I might need this. Price was right. We negotiated and everything like that. Got the price down. Car was cool. I ended up grabbing the car. Again, thankfully I didn't have to do no car payments or nothing like that. Shout out to everybody that helped me. Shout out to my Mima. You feel me? Help me secure that. But yeah, so no car payments or nothing on that as well. So you feel me? That's another blessing. So yeah, that's just a few of the updates that I had going on with me. Let's see what else. What else really been going on for real? Oh yeah, I crossed into the greatest fraternity in the world. And if you don't know, now you know. You feel me? Crossed over into Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Yeah, so like this is something that I've been wanting to do probably since college. Like the people that know me in college been knowing, like, this is something I've been wanting to do. Been had my eyes set on it. But like with my health and everything like that, it was just a little difficult to lock everything down, get everything secure, and make it all work. But once I graduated, I was able to maneuver, make some connections in the city, and able to find the grad chapter up here. Shout out to the maid man. Shout out to the maid man. So I can't really go too in depth about it, but all I can say is, man, I'm grateful for the experience. It was a long couple months, but I learned a lot. You get to learn a lot about yourself. Like, one thing I can say is it tests your character. It tests your commitment, and the people that are able to see the other side, like, it's really a brotherhood on this other side. I know a lot of people always say that, but when you actually get to experience and see it firsthand, like, it's really like like, yeah, like, you locked, like, you got somebody for like forever. And the one good thing about like my fraternity, my frat, is like the age range is very people doing all different types of jobs. So like, even if you're not a specialist in one thing, you could hit somebody up in the frat or like in some other state or whatever the case may be, and it's just like, yeah, you can help me out with this, or can I get some advice on this, or can you help me with this or that? And like, it's always, people's always willing to help out when they can. So like, that's one of the greatest things, like, I could say, like, that I learned, and I'm appreciate, like, about the frat and everything like that. Um, there is some more stuff that goes behind it. Of course, like the community service, the projects, the events, and everything like that. And like, the more you get involved, whatever you put in is whatever you're gonna get out. Get out of it. Like, if you just want to cross the word your letters, like, you're just gonna be a word letters person. But if you actually like put in the work, do the work behind it, like you gonna get some rewards and people are gonna notice you, and your name will get out there. You can start networking a little bit more. And this is not just even for, I'm not even just saying like within the frat. I'm saying like jobs, career paths, anything like that. Cause you never know. And I'm not just saying being alpha. I'm saying whether it's any fraternity, any sorority, anything like that, you're able to make those connections. And, a place where you might not have been able to get your foot in the door at, if you have some D9 connection or D9 relation or anything like that, you might be able to get your foot into those doors. And by no means am I advocating for anybody to go join a fraternity or sorority, but I'm just giving you the perspective of what I seen and what I experienced through the times and everything like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm not even a year in the frat chat, but it been fun, strolling and everything like that. So yeah, got some videos and stuff of me strolling, traveling. Man, I've been traveling like crazy. We're gonna transition that into the next topic. Um, this is another thing that was big on my list. Was traveling. Like one thing my dad told me was like, "Hey, like if you don't got no kids, like there's no reason you shouldn't be out of town, like at least uh every 3 months. Like there's no reason like you shouldn't be. Like you don't have no responsibility. Like everything's taken care of. You should be out." So when he started saying that, and once I like crossed, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Like I'm out. I'm not about to keep sitting waiting on nobody. Like that's one of the things. Like I used to be like, oh yeah, I need somebody to go with me. No, I'm out. I don't care who with me, who not with me, who going, who not going. We out. So yeah, I had took like probably like 3 trips to Ohio. I went to Philly. Um, where else did I go? I went to Philly. I went to Maryland. Went to Virginia. Went to Atlanta. Went to North Carolina. Like I was just on the move. And some of these trips was like smaller trips, like little weekend. Some of them was day trips, but other of them was just like, yo, I just need to get out of town. Like I just want to see something different, connect with some new people, see who's out there. And like I said, like when I'm in the frat and stuff like that, I was able to meet some people from a little bit of everywhere. And sometimes you don't even gotta say nothing. Like you could just have on like your keychain, your lanyard, or whatever the case may be. Somebody see it, they recognize it, and it's love all the way around. But yeah, that's just a small little snippet into my life. What's been going on, how I've been going, and let's do the last thing, but not least, is my health, which is probably like the most important. Everything that I had last, but it's cool though. Um, yeah. So as if for those that don't know, for those that do know, y'all know like I was diagnosed with cancer back in 2020. It's now in 2025, and I'm on a much better path, feeling much better, everything like that. Got my weight back up, everything. So like for those that don't know, I was on immunotherapy. That's basically helps build up your immune system. Fight off the disease that you have. But so I've been on it. Everything was going good, and then I started having some complications as far as like some skin problems, some breaking out, some it's not nothing too serious, but it was serious enough to notice like, okay, you got something going on. Like we need to try to fix it. But I ended up like talking with my doctors and everything like that. They decided like we're not going to continue treatments. I'm still gonna get my scans every 3 months and everything like that, but otherwise I'm good. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Um, no health concerns or anything like that. I got a scan coming up pretty soon, but that's pretty much the basis of what's going on as far as health wise. For the people that check in and the people that's worried, I appreciate y'all always. I thank y'all for doing that. And yeah, it's still Big Smith strong to the day we die. All that. I'm working on something big. I got a big project I'm working on coming out hopefully very, very soon. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, it's a big project that you don't want to miss. But that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to hop on here and give the official intro back in the What's the Deal podcast. And then I also wanted to just, give y'all just a little behind the scenes of what been going on in my life while I've been gone. And now I'm back on the scene. And as you can see, we got some more accessories. We got some more footage and stuff like that. We got some different angles. We got some better equipment and everything like that. So we really try to make this into a thing, man. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, sticking in with me. And as always, man, keep it real, keep it trill. That's a wrap from What's the Deal with Lil, man. All right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next episode. Bet, 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 bet.